welcome back to Aussie Modelers Live. Jace, Hibbo, Pete, and lost the plot already. How are you, boys?
We're good. We're all good. Hey everyone.
Okay. In the words of Ronald Reagan, drugs are bad. What are you guys on?
Great Northern Zero.
Yeah. Water.
Is that straight vodka or? That looks like vodka, Pete.
Vodka. Oh yeah. No, just water, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. What are we up to?
Traditional can of Coke, if you like. I have one in the fridge, but
No, mate. No product sponsorships here, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
What have you been up to, boys? Who's going first?
What have been up to? Working as usual, making aeroplanes.
Cool.
That's it. And getting quiet things. I bought this thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. That's good. They're the little clips on sticks.
Yeah, little clips on sticks on a holder. So it's got a holder with holes and shit. So,
that's good.
I got that one. If you can see behind me over there, I've got that same one. I had to drill out the base because the sticks wouldn't go in it. It was like a pain in the butt.
I got the budget version, which is just a piece of foam. Toothpicks.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks good. That come up well, eh?
it's got little stickers on it. I'll put my spectacles on.
Yeah.
I can't see them. What a waste of time putting those stickers on. You can't fucking see. Oh, you can't bloody see them. You can't.
The bill.
They're there. See?
Yeah.
No, you can't see it.
Yeah.
No. But I did the cockpit as well with the metal bits over it.
Awesome. Oh, he's done the Aussie Frenchman. Well done. Hey, can we have a fly past?
A flyby.
Yeah, fly past. Yeah.
Oh.
Slow-mo.
Wow.
Here we go.
Wait for it. Oh. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Buzz the tower. Oh, no. Yes.
Oh, it's into the drink.
No.
Oh, fuck, that's a really stupid way to start the show, isn't it?
At least people get to see the real you, mate.
Oh,
There's
that's
no
what I
mucking
really
around.
do at night. That's what I do at night. I sit down and pose my ship and my jets. Yeah.
All right, Pete, what have you done?
Still working on the German rescue ship. Slowly making more progress. I got the decks on, which is good. I'm glad I have. It was a bit of a concern, the fit, but they went on okay. And because of my I stuffed up doing the spray job on them, it's actually turned out well, and it looks like it's weathered now. And I managed to spray the rear, which would be the aft, is it, or the stern deck?
Rear aft.
Right. And I stuffed it up just like the foredeck. Yeah, just like the foredeck, I stuffed it up just as well. So it all blends in, looks good. It's all stuffed up and looks good though.
Well done.
Yeah, and at the moment I've what am I doing though? All the ribbing going inside needs to be fitted, and just working on the deck. I'll start building up parts for the superstructure now. So yeah, it's good, and we're obviously got another long weekend here, so it gives me an extra day to work on it. So it's all good.
Nice.
Awesome. Where am I up to? Oh, that bloody Challenger one. Hang on.
Did we say we wanted to hear what you've been up to?
Do I look like I can?
I like the shorts.
Yeah, good. There'll be good ones too.
Do you ride a bicycle?
No, mate. Nah. Where are we up to? Okay, here we go.
Look
There
at
we
that. What a beautiful body on that. Yeah.
Car's not too bad either, eh?
Thanks, mate. Well done. There we go there. So
Drink to that.
that's that part of it done. And then contestant number 2.
I think the body was the best part of that, Bill, wasn't it? There it is.
Good luck.
Yeah, what a nightmare it's been the whole way. I think the thing I've learnt, especially on a few notes, is give yourself more time if you're going to do like a kit like that, an older kit, because 2 and a bit weeks to do it for a comp, you're going to run into problems. And it'll gives you more time to sort those problems out. So, you know, where I was just trying to get it, boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, the attempt at something like this, I'll give myself a decent time period to get it assembled. And
Probably a good idea, mate.
How old was the kit? How old was it?
60 years old exactly. It was made in 1962.
Jason was 6 when it was bought out.
He just failed at maths, didn't he, Pete? We were both born in 67. It was made in 62.
Yeah, it was a good year, 67.
Yeah, it was a great year, man. Yeah, we learned to count with rods and stuff like that. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Actually, I've got an Airfix Apollo Saturn V rocket. I've done the review and the unboxing of it, but I'm afraid to start that because of the age of the kit. Yeah, you know, just anything that's getting that old is going to be difficult, eh?
Well, and you've seen the build videos on it. There's literally not one piece, not one single piece that is fit together. There's more flashing on it that you can build 2 kits on it. It's just been, and like that body will not actually fit on that chassis because it's a 5 and 6 mil gap either side, and that is dead straight the whole way through. I had to sand the blocks on the inside so the motors would fit inside their actual frame. Like,
mate, you sound like a sheep. All I'm hearing is bleed, bleed, bleed.
Mm-hmm. Let's not talk about your Kiwi heritage.
I'm not Kiwi, mate.
Yeah, wouldn't know it. Love.
You know, I don't know, hey. I might go back to New Zealand one day.
Yeah, okay, Robbo.
Get some my farm. Get some my farm. Get some Velcro.
Speaking of our brothers across the ditch over there, eh?
Aotearoa.
Anzac Day, boys, coming up. Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
Return from active service badge.
It is.
RSL. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
You know, the RSL badge used to only have, obviously, and I've seen one that had a sailor and a bloke from the army. Right? That's all they had to start with. Then the Air Force came in and they decided they wanted to be on there as well.
Yeah.
And then the chicks. So now there's 4 people on that RSL badge and one's a chick.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I'm a member of the RSL.
Yeah, same here.
Yep.
What about you, Pete?
No history for me.
Okay. What are you doing Anzac Day?
The ship.
Cool.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. No, I'll be bright and sparky down at dawn service every year.
Well, I'll be up in time, so I'll probably watch it as well on TV because I got my video releasing at 4:30 in the morning. So, you know,
What a stupid time.
Crazy.
Well, I keep saying it, but that is just ridiculous. And you keep saying, yeah, because all your other people live over in funny places where they've got stupid times, but
That's right.
well, 4:30 in New Zealand's like, or 4:30 in Sydney is like 8 o'clock in New Zealand, so it's not too bad.
And speaking of stupid times, Jeff, we'll get him on next couple of weeks, hopefully, once, and we'll sort out a time that's suitable for both, all four of us.
Look, Jeff's pretty much, he knows that we have to sort of go with you, Jace, because you're old and we have to make sure that you get your sleep, okay?
Yeah,
Jeff said that. Jeff said that to me, so.
It was very nice of him. I must comment on one of his videos and just say, look, mate, thank you very much. You've got now Hibbo over there and you've had a bit of a chat and you're concerned about my age and welfare. It's just...
He didn't really say that, mate.
No, but he'll probably watch this and go, hey, I didn't say that.
Oh.
What'd you forget?
Dropped and broke my medals.
Oh, well done.
All right, let me be sneaky.
Yo. Hey, Pete.
Yes.
Any news? What's happening, buddy? What have you got any good comments or anything on the channel, or what have you got out there, mate?
From last week's show, I've just got people suggesting how fun, or saying how funny, and they're laughing their ass off, and yeah, just enjoying it. One of the guys from HobbyLink International was watching it. Obviously, he had to watch it at a later time because of the time difference overseas. But it's going really quite popular. So that's really good.
Back there.
You hadn't gone anywhere, mate. We could see you the whole time.
I was doing stuff.
You were in shot. It's a camera, brother.
I know, but I was just, yeah, I was there, but I was doing.
I'm back now.
I'm paying attention now, I should say.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what are you looking at there, Pete?
Hey?
Oh, Pete's looking at something. You can see him flashing on his forehead.
No, it's all right. And I turned off the TV so it wouldn't bother you with the flashing in the background. I know how that got to you.
He got him upset, didn't it?
Yeah. Are you back now, Pete?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Jason was triggered all week about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, don't want to turn that stupid thing off.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Flashbacks to high school.
Go to you now, Pete. Hibbo, what about comments on your side of the world, mate?
Not a lot, mate. Just mainly Mark saying how funny it was, and the Bill Drat, another Navy bloke, saying how funny the start was. And that was, I mean, I watched that about 5 times, and I pissed myself about 5 times. Where we just totally ignored you, mate.
And I don't see how you laughed at that when it's like normal conversation.
It was just
like it wasn't anything out of the bloody ordinary. I mean, yeah. Look at you. Hey, Russell, put your hat on. Put your hat on.
Oh, so funny.
You may have to explain who Russell is to our overseas watchers.
Well,
YouTube, all Aussie adventures, overseas people.
That's right.
Or Russell Coit.
I'm going to make it.
GHT.
Yeah. I'll put you can all put a picture of Russell Coit in our, when we find him and put him up.
All right, and you compare.
But I'm going to try and get hold of Russell Coit himself.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get him on the channel.
Get Uncle Arthur.
I should put a picture down here of Chuck Norris, because I've heard I look a bit like Chuck Norris as well. That sounds.
But in the dark.
Yeah, in the dark.
In the dark. Wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in the dark. Chuck Norris in the.
Who told you that?
I don't know. Somebody did. I think. Or maybe I saw the picture and thought he looks like me.
Wow. Do you know it's not good to have friends that lie to you that much?
That's all right if you don't know they're lying to you.
Look
I
at
love
it.
how this is meant to be about modelling and we're just giving poor Peter a hard
I
time.
know, but
Yeah, I know. It's always like that, isn't it? I feel the odd
Yeah.
one out.
Well, Jason
oh,
copped it last week.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
hang on. Brace yourself for next week then, Hibbo. Good God.
Oh, I'm not here next week. This is my last episode.
Modelling
Oh, actually, I've got some news.
what?
No news is good news. That's my news. All right. So since the last episode, I have not watched any news on TV, listened to any news on radio. I have no idea what's going on out in the outside world because we have, as some know, we've got elections coming up and all that crap. So I've heard no news of anything, and it's great. I tell you, I highly recommend. Just don't listen to the news for about a week. So much stress gone. I haven't heard bad news for a week. It's great.
And then we ruined your week and our heads turned up.
Mark McGowan got COVID.
Oh, let's not go down that road again.
Aren't they all getting COVID?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Now, I heard that a Russian cruise missile destroyer ship got sank. Is that right?
Area pub.
Yeah, and the only reason I know that is because almost a year ago today, I built that model ship and did a review of it, and it's on my channel, and suddenly all the views went up because when people are searching Russian missile cruiser, for some reason, my model must be coming up in their results and I'm getting more views from it. So I guess that's a good thing.
Didn't you build the Variag or whatever it was?
The Variag, yeah, which is a similar ship. I think it's a similar class. Yeah.
So I remember that one.
Yeah.
How good am I remembering that?
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember what you built.
No,
No.
I don't either.
Well, back to the comments. I think I've got a really good one, and I thought since all of us are big on men's mental health, I got this one from a guy called Tony Burrell. And Tony, if you're watching, mate, thanks for watching, Three Idiots, and thanks for this comment, mate. And the boys will appreciate this. He said, "Thanks, guys. It was a great episode, and thank you all for talking about men's mental health." And he's had a few issues. He's been able to reach out and get the help that he really needs. And he is a modeler, but he says he's going to have a little while before he gets back to the bench. And he said thanks to us all for pretty much inspiring to get back to model building. So well done, lads.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and to Tony, mate, reach out always. I mean, we're here. So far this year, I've lost 8 mates to, or 8 people I know to suicide. So never let it get that far. Like I keep saying, reach out, help. Help's always there. It's not weak to ask for help. It's not weak to admit you've got a problem. And the more people that do it, the better and the easier it's going to be. Like when I first got diagnosed with depression back in 2007, I'd left the Northern Territory Police and came back to the Navy. Me and my wife broke up on Anzac Day. Well, not on Anzac Day, but that's the first day I actually felt really shitty. When I went to the psychologist at HMAS Sterling, she said that around about 75% of males in the ADF suffer some form of mental health, but only around about 4 to 5% seek help for it. So 4 or 5% of males in the ADF seek help for mental health, and that was back in 2007. So that's changed a lot now. But that's I'm going to swear that's fucking disgusting. The stigma that is attached to mental health for men is something that we need to look at and get rid of. It's not weak to cry. It's not weak to just say to your mates I've got an issue. I mean, everyone I know knows I've got it, knows I suffer PTSD and depression. I say it on the start of my channel. in my introduction. It's who I am, and I'm proud that I've lived, 48 years, nearly 49 years, with what I've been through in my life and things I've seen and emotions that I've been through. Like, yeah, I've thought about it. Like, I've contemplated suicide, but that was a long time ago, and that was a very fleeting thought. So, so any guys out there that are suffering, have a look up Black Dog Institute, talk to them. There's a book, Taming the Black Dog. It's an awesome book. People like Winston Churchill have had depression. One of the most successful politicians in the world, in history, had mental health issues. So, and he actually coined it the Black Dog. So, get out there and help other people and seek help if you need it. Jason he never sleeps. He's always awake. Get on to him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, me and Peter haven't spoken about it, but I'm sure he'd be happy to sit there and have a listen as well, because he's up at stupid times putting up his videos.
No, I don't think he's up putting it up at that time. I think he's scheduled at that.
Yeah, don't be silly. I'm not going to wake up at that time to do that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always available as well. So, make sure you reach out. Make sure you seek help. It's like I'm going to say it one last time. It's not stupid. It's not weak. It's not manly. It takes more of a man to admit that they're suffering and need help than it does to hide from it. So and try to push it down.
And just a quick note for those watching from overseas: the ADF is the Australian Defence Force.
Yeah.
So,
put a bit of a dampener on everything.
Yeah, no, that's just clearing it up, because there's a lot of people over there in the world that wouldn't know what it meant. So, I think everything that you said, Hibbo, was absolutely amazing and true, mate.
It is.
Is that Great Northern or is that the Zero?
That's Great Northern Zero, mate.
All right.
Yeah. Zero alcohol.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, it's exactly like this. It's a coffee cup with zero coffee. Yeah.
Come on, Peter.
Come on, mate.
Water.
You just live on the edge, don't you, Pete?
Oh yeah, I live on the edge.
Woof. Wow. As you boys know, I'm heading up to the Mackay Scale Modelers Expo next week. So for everybody, the show is still going ahead. Going to somehow sort it out that we do a Zoom live from the expo. We'll maybe do a bit of a walk around, and then you guys can just carry on the conversation, so to speak, or might be short, might be long, but yeah. Really looking forward to it. That COVID had killed everything, so good to be able to get back there.
Not a very good choice of words there.
Yeah, true, but
COVID killed everything.
not everything. Yeah, some people got vaccinated.
I killed everything. Yeah.
What else? Got to try and work out where to put this. I've got that beautiful bench, and I've got to work out where I can fit this Titanic before I build it. Just got another bill on some parts for it. Bloody hell.
It's not bigger than the box, is it?
What's that?
The Titanic.
No.
So if the box fits there, then your Titanic will fit there too, yeah?
You're killing me, Pete. Where to actually put it in the room so I can use that whole bench. Because I am not starting the Titanic yet.
That's right.
Would you like do you need an email and description of where I'm putting things?
It's okay. It's just looking a bit crowded in that room there.
There's a lot of stuff there. But as I said, I'm not starting it until I've got everything ready to go, so I'm not having to wait for stuff overseas, and so I can build it gradually. But what else? Monique, big thank you to her again. All the stuff that Andrew and I taking up arrived. So how good's that? I mean, that I don't think that challenge would have gone together without it. I mean,
Well,
wow.
certainly not without glue.
Hey,
It wouldn't have gone together without glue, would it?
mate,
Yeah.
I could have got super glue and buried it in concrete, and it still wouldn't have gone together. So
Yeah.
it's just, I think maybe because of the age of the plastic, I don't know, but
The Challenger was a challenge, eh?
oh yeah, there is a Challenger 2 kit out there, but I ain't going there. No.
Oh, come on, where's all that years of experience in building models? I mean,
It wasn't 60 years of building.
It's a learning experience anyway, what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I have no experience. I have, what, coming up to 2 years of experience.
Yeah,
But
I reckon you've been doing it for 20 years.
I reckon,
I reckon a bit
So
of
I
it.
tell you what, I have told a bit of a lie. About a few weeks ago, I thought back and I realized that when I was maybe about 13, 14, I did build a model of a truck. And it was like a big Peterbilt truck that you put together. And it was quite a big size.
Exactly,
one.
Peter built it.
Yeah, and I built it, yeah. And I think I may have also done a F-18 as well, where the wing folded out.
Yeah, I've killed him out.
Yeah.
He's gone, look, he can't.
But
He's
I didn't
gone.
paint any of these kids. You know,
Go on, mate, keep your head up.
they're more toys than kids.
Yeah.
You know,
You both
we don't
lost.
build toys, do we?
No,
So-
models.
So now we'll realise you build a truck and you build a aircraft. So it has to be a tank that we have to build.
Uh-oh.
That's
Yeah.
something none of us have built.
No.
And I've picked it, and it's going to be. Oh, what's that? I've just got an email. Hang on, sorry.
That's what we need in comments. We need more people to give you suggestions in comments of what do you want us to build? An
And-
aircraft? Or
Yes.
Well,
You know
it's
when-
a 135 scale United States Army M1131 Striker FSV.
Well,
does
I
that
mean,
have interior?
Hey,
Does it have the interior for that? Or was it not?
I don't know.
well, I
But,
believe a Submarine Spitfire would be the optimal choice.
No, if it was going to be an aircraft, it would have been a Zero.
I noticed we're tending to go to what you'd really like to build here.
Well, I've said because I'm choosing. I said last week.
Well,
I've shown you both the tank.
thank you,
Yeah.
Comrade Himbo.
Yeah. I showed you my aircraft
I live in a communist state.
I showed you my aircraft suggestion as well, but nobody took that
Yeah,
seriously.
no, we're not doing the Wiggles.
Oh, come on.
And for those from different countries, the Wiggles are a kids thing.
And we're talking small kids.
Yeah, we're talking like my nephew and I went to the Wiggles when he was a kid, like child, like young. And he told Jeff to wake up.
Yeah,
He
well
told
done.
Jeff to wake the fuck up, Jeff.
Somebody just slapped Jeff upside the head. So, Jeff,
Weren't they a band?
Yeah, they were the lead singer from the
They
Wiggles.
were-
He was
the
from the radio.
cockroaches.
The cockroaches.
The cockroaches.
That's it.
Who they were.
There you go.
No, it was only one of them. It was a cockroach.
It was he and Seize the One was their hit single.
Yeah. Is that Jeff?
Nah, Jeff wasn't. It was the yellow Wiggle, the one who got sick, who had a heart attack.
Okay.
He's still kicking.
He's still the only one on there.
Before my time.
We're the same time.
Third high five. We used to watch High Five in the Red Space on HMAS Darwin
Wow.
Oh my God.
because of
You
the
know
girl.
why you watched High Five, I can tell you.
Training
There's the
videos.
That was girls.
Yes.
Here we go. I'll show you the original Wiggles, people. Hang on. Oh, come on. Keep talking.
I guess it's like Sesame Street without the puppets. No?
You know.
Just trying to relate it to what Americans would know. I don't know if kids shows even existed in the UK. I wouldn't have a clue what
The
they.
Wiggles were huge in America too, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were big in America. That's not even the real Wiggles.
Oh no, it's the imposter Wiggles.
Ah, that's the real Wiggles.
That's
Oh, they're the
Yeah,
Wiggles.
that's the
The
boys.
yellow Wiggle was the.
No, it's not thumbs up. It's
oh, is it? I
Yeah,
don't
but the
know.
yellow Wiggle was in the cockroaches.
Right.
The Asian guy's Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wake up, Jeff.
how we get to
Not Jeff Donahue either.
no. Oh,
Wake up, Jeff.
wake
He'd
up,
make a good wiggle though. He would make
He
a
would
good
make a good wiggle.
I'm still waiting for him
Jeff's hands.
to see the face.
Yeah. It's in his profile picture.
I haven't looked at his profile. I just watched his video.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and they're brilliant. Hey,
Mark had a bit of a copyright issue the other day.
no. I saw his video go up and I watched it just
Yeah.
after it went up and then it disappeared. And I thought, oh, something happened.
what
Yeah,
happened?
no, I saw it and I was at work and I came home to watch it. And I was cooking dinner and it was gone. And okay. So he reckons he was singing along with AC/DC.
Wow.
I didn't like it, so yes. But Mark, he's loving these videos, so it'd be good to get him on actually.
Oh, that's right. We're doing it for him.
Yeah. Oh, there's another guy, guys. Big shout out to a guy from Throttle Power. I keep forgetting his name. He's in the USA, but he goes to all these model shows, like car model shows and that sort of stuff, and like the swap meets and all that sort of stuff. And I just look at all these amazing kits that you can get in the States and that, and you come, like, we go to a show over here and you go, yeah, there's nothing to look, or like all the NASCAR stuff I'd like to get, and then how cheap they are, and you're just going, yeah.
So nephew was in Newcastle the other day and he sent me a video of this model shop there. It was like my porn. I'm just like, oh.
Is that Frontline?
Don't know. It was just models everywhere.
Yeah.
F-35s. I told him if he could buy me that. He goes, nah, because it will curse me because he hasn't flown it. He said, I'm not going to, nah, it's an Air Force thing.
Yeah.
They don't buy anything of an aircraft they might fly,
Okay.
which is fair enough.
Yeah. And what's happening for you this week, Hibbo? What is plans besides work?
Work.
Besides uni?
Uni's not on.
Oh, that's what you deferred. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, deferred for this semester. Well, I've got probably about another 20 aircraft to make, so I probably won't do a video on that because I'm not doing 2 videos on aircraft because that'd be quite boring.
No, mate, you're going to face challenges.
No, they're not hard.
No.
I'm showing you them.
We saw them.
I think that aircraft carrier carries like 80, 90 aircraft.
Yeah. Well, look, these are all they are. They're all put together. All I have to do one of them is cut the wings off.
That's
It's not
cheap.
hard.
But people do enjoy you struggling with that photo etch on them.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
I found great joy in that. Yeah, it's
Poison.
a beautiful thing.
Poison. It's the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Pete? Besides work?
Work. I'll tell you what I do. So every Sunday night, there's a YouTube channel called Scalemodeling. And
Yeah.
the guys do a live stream every Sunday evening in the UK, which turns out to be about 5 a.m. Monday morning, which is exactly the time where I go to work. And not, as you may or may not know, I drive a truck and I do my deliveries. And what I do is at 5 o'clock, I put on the live stream and I listen to all these guys while I'm driving, doing their live stream, which is why occasionally I might put something in comments saying I'm listening but driving, so I can't chat. So I enjoy it. Cuts my drive time down and makes it a little bit more interesting when I'm heading Sydney to Canberra or down the south coast or wherever I've got to go. So that's what I do, and it's work related. Modeling related, I'm going to be tackling this week. I didn't get much done the week just gone. I did a little bit yesterday and today on it. Weekdays have just been, I come home from work and you're not in the mood. Sometimes you're just not in the zone to sit down and work on it. So I sort of set it aside and hit Netflix up a few times and watched that. So that was pretty cool.
So what I am going to do is I've decided. Oh fuck!
That
Tell us what you really think.
No, I'm going to do. It says to do yellow in between.
Yeah.
So I'll do yellow there.
Cool.
Both of them. But now I'm going to fix that guardrail up.
Yeah.
A white dust and a white that off. That's all right. I can fix that. And then I'm going to put 65 on that.
Very good.
And there, I think I don't know where they go, but 55's going there.
Cool.
And it's got, what's that stuff they use? It's
Mark Fit.
Huh?
It's called Mark Fit.
No, you idiot.
The Easy Line.
No. The stuff that make windows. So I can put it in there.
Oh, looks like glass.
Yeah.
I'll show you what it is. Hang on. Right here. This is what I use anyway. So MIG Ultra Glue.
Yeah.
I use this.
You can thin it as you want. Mix it with water. Use it. Just put it in there with a toothpick or something, and it goes white, and then it dries completely clear and really.
Yeah.
Really nice.
That's what I use, Hibbo.
Okay.
Looks like glass.
Okay, so I was watching, I can't remember who it was. Oh, there's hillbilly military models. And he was doing his sub, he was putting his stuff in and it just goes around the outside. Then you put a bit more inside, around the outside of the hole. Excuse me, then you put a little bit more in, a little bit more, and then just boom. There's your glass.
Yeah.
And don't forget, your PVA.
Yeah.
That's better than your Sellies or something like that. That kicks ass. So.
But you want something that's fairly thick that you can just put it in there.
Yeah.
It's not going to run anywhere, and it just sits in there and then just completely clear. But I think PVA glue does exactly the same thing. You might want to test it first, but I know this stuff works great. I've used it on all these, on my carrier, on everything.
What do you reckon, Jeff? Get into me, mate, or not get into me, because that's quite wrong. Let me know, Jeff. I'll take anyone's advice.
And even though you're not interested, well, what I'm going to be doing this week.
Oh, sorry, hang on. James, what are you doing this week?
Yeah, well, it's quick. Tell us. We want to know.
And notice he's left the building again. See you later. It's good to have brothers like you. Good God.
Rightio. So, onto my list and next subject.
You guys, it'd make the perfect example why to be perfect to be an only child. Dead set. Wow. Love you to death. What am I up to? Getting prepared for Mackay. Trying to organise, somebody organise the yard. got that P51D to finish off by Thursday night at the latest. Because there's only a few more bits to go on that Challenger one, about 5 or 6. But the Mustang's a Tamiya kit, so it's easy. Like a
Yawning.
I wasn't yawning at you, James. I'm just tired.
right. So
I'm interested in that aircraft. I want to see the aircraft.
yeah, that it won't be long. So because I mean, like even the fuselage, when you put the two arms together, your panel lines. What are you doing there?
Putting my two arms together.
Oh,
you said arms.
so it's going well. So
Very good.
It might be going well, unlike this episode's not going well.
it's going bloody brilliant. I mean, I feel sorry for people watching, but
Yeah, we're not going to watch it, are we? So
it's
What'd you
funny.
say?
Like I'd watched a bit and piece of what we've got put up. Hibbo's got some fetish or something where he watched it 5 or 6 times.
mate,
He's a sick man.
it's painful editing, eh? You force yourself to have to watch it. While you
No, I
edit.
just put my bit at the front and then my bit at the back, and that's it.
Yeah, I do that, and then I put so anybody that's watching in the little black squares, that's all I chuck in. Everything you're watching, including Hibbo's beautiful use of the English language, is there for everybody to see. Because this is us. This is who we are. Like
That's right.
there's no airs and graces.
Peter even said shit earlier and gave me the finger. I mean,
What? No, not the finger.
yeah, the finger.
Nah.
All
Did you
right.
give him the finger, Pete?
Yeah, I think I did. But that's, this isn't, we don't.
Have you got that under control or what? It's a bit,
Not the kids.
bit loose.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we love you. Hey, so next week, Mackay, try and hook up, boys. Do we still want people to vote again?
Yes.
Yeah, one more week.
Yeah.
Give me more chance to see if I can find another model to look at, seeing if we can buy it.
Yeah, me too, because I need to find another one. That inflatable tank was a good one. We worked out there.
But I would. I definitely would go there.
And you can't just spring it on me the week after, because everybody else will see this on your channels on Sunday and I'll still be back in Mackay.
Sounds like a Jason problem.
Okay. Yeah.
It probably will be, but
Right, now,
Simon's better problem.
I've got a serious question here. I've never done a group build, so how does it actually work?
Yeah,
How are we
man.
going to do this?
well, basically, we're just same kit. Give ourselves a time frame, say we work over 4 weeks or something.
Right.
Rightio.
Do we have the video, or are we just taking photos as we go, or how are we going to do that?
I think if we do maybe
Yeah.
do a video, because we know Hibbo's going cheap. Here's one I prepared earlier.
I'll just buy it for Jeff and get Jeff to send it over.
Yeah. I think if it's aircraft 148 scale, because 172 is just too bloody small.
Yeah.
What scale was that one that you suggested there, Hibbo? The one that, was it 35, or what's that scale?
Well, the tank.
Yeah.
The tank was 135.
But they're only like this, eh?
No, mate.
That's
No?
quite a large kit.
Oh, okay.
But the zero was
That'd be 148
uh,
or 132.
doesn't say. I can't say. 132.
Yeah.
But that's a really good kit.
That's a Tamiya kit, isn't it?
Huh?
Is that the Tamiya?
Yeah. And it's got photo etch and everything, so but it's not cheap. That's the only thing.
So how do we decide the winner?
Well, what we do,
I'll decide.
you're not complaining about your state government. Wow.
Yeah.
How do we do it? Oh, I'll make the decision. I reckon we put it in a hat.
What, the tanks?
Put the freaking tanks in a hat.
Just send the ball somewhere into a hat.
There we go. Yeah.
Right, yeah. No, so it'll like our vote, the people who voted on the screens on the channel, whether it's a tank or a plane, and if it's a tank.
No, you drongo.
We can put a poll up.
Who wins the model?
Oh, who wins the model? Well, the people can vote on that.
We'll put a poll up for people to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, we're a democracy.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
put a
No,
poll up.
Hibbo wins. Hibbo wins.
Who wins?
It's decided. Hibbo wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yep.
No, okay. So that's how there's a winner. What if we just be fair and not have a winner?
Well, how's that fair? This isn't up. This is, mate. We're old school. There's no participation award here. Hey, but I fought the law, and well, the law won.
Yeah.
Nah.
God.
There's no participation certificates here.
Is there anything you're not allowed to do in a group build without being rude?
Well, and this has just gone slightly. Wow.
Well,
this-
you know, there's
I don't know
three of
what
us.
outfit you're wearing, but I know the channel's not for kids, but whatever takes your fancy, I suppose. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, slip into some plastic, you know. Whew.
It's all right. Well, Hibbo will do the rules.
I know.
Yeah, I'll think of something.
Why would let him make the rules?
Well, he's deciding the winner. He's won it already.
Here's the rules. They don't win.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't know.
No, let the people decide.
I want to build a ship.
Wow. That's stepping outside your comfort zone, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, what about here? Look, I built
He's
that
back.
spaceship.
Yeah.
That's
Which
all right.
goes with Space Cadet.
Isn't that like a Star Wars thing?
Yeah, it's the battle star.
That's a star. Yeah, it's a Star Destroyer.
It's not a battle star.
No, it's a Star Destroyer. That's a Star Destroyer.
There you go. Oh, there's no air in space. It wouldn't make that noise, would it?
Oh no, you've been between my ears.
Oh, yeah. That'd take forever to get across that black hole.
It's just shooting your thing. I know. No, look, Jason, stop it.
Ah,
Play like that. Or like that.
is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Hey,
And,
feature,
Yeah,
mate.
I like that.
Feature.
and
All right,
No,
you got
no,
me
no.
there. A snail with legs.
yeah.
So
Oh, this is what came the other week, boys.
this is the show and tell segment, by the way.
A book.
Lancaster.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
building Lancasters.
Yeah, well, this is I got this for the border models, won the 132, but when it eventually gets off China shores. But have a look at some of the images in that.
Yeah.
Like, and this is forwarded. I got it from the UK. Like, have a look at that.
Hmm.
Like, so they're real photos. They're not CAD drawings. They're not. And Nigel from Nigel's modelling bench.
I was just about to mention him. Yeah, definitely building the Lancaster
He
now.
promoted it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
He put it on his show, and as soon as I saw it, I went. He said it's pretty much the Bible on the Lancaster. It's been forwarded and written by people who worked on it. You know, whether they're pilots, gunners, engineers, radio operators. They're these people in this book. So
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. And they got a whole series on all different aircraft. So
Yeah, if you want to go see it being built really, really well, Lancaster, go see Nigel's Modeling Bench channel.
bit
I've learnt more from his channel in my 2-year modeling career than you can imagine. Hey, and he builds, like I say, I build mostly ships, but the stuff that he builds and the tips and things that you learn along the way refer to anything you're building. You know, it's great. You know, how to use different tools and all these little things that I had no idea about. A lot of experience there, and he shares it.
Yeah. And it's like that Hobby Link International, like that website, those guys, not just the YouTube channel, but the forums and that, like talking to other people there, they're a great community.
Right, this is our channel shout out section now, by the way. Just
Oh, wow.
ahead here. Anything down there to say?
I was just looking at tanks and shit. I was going to try to share it, but our host has disabled screen sharing from participants.
Oh.
I'm communist, I tell you.
Wow, I get the thing you want recording right, and then all of a sudden you're going, well, he hasn't enabled screen share.
He's a dictator.
Oh, says I win. Wow, holy shit.
I'm a winner, not one of them. Fucking, yeah.
And have we got the new Hibbo t-shirt? I love me, who do you love?
I got another Highlanders one.
Did you?
Yeah, I got that from New Zealand.
Okay.
And I was across that ditch. I bought this shirt when I was down in Dunedin. It's
Go through this shirt on. I thought it said legend, but I made a mistake.
No, it says legacy. This is a good thing.
Mine's tackle pass or try or bleed blue and gold till I die.
Well, that's pretty bloody stupid. You got beaten the other night.
Yes. Yes, we
You
did.
got absolutely pumped.
Well, 1 point. Hang on.
Pumped.
How do you work that out?
Pumped. You lost.
You lose
Anytime
by
you
1
lose, it's a
point
pumping.
and you're pumped.
Anytime you lose, it's a pumping.
How are you still walking then?
Ask West Coast Eagles. They got absolutely pumped today by 14 goals. Like my tie, HMAS Darwin tie.
Very nice.
I've never worn it. It's been in my car for the last year and a half. I'll take it to my niece's wedding and wear it.
Is that one already tied, or do you have to tie it?
I have to tie it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't know how. That'd be
Well.
fun. Got to buy a suit.
Google it.
Google how to buy a suit. I know how to buy a suit.
At Lowe's.
No, that's not right.
Oh, God, I used to have to wear a suit every day. Yeah.
These are really sour. My face goes funny, you know, it's because it's sour.
Hey, and as a democracy,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a smoke one day because I smoke, people. It's just the way it is.
It's so sour.
We can tell by your face.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a sour out of my ex-missus.
oh, wow. Hey, careful. Have you not seen defamation cases on YouTube lately?
I didn't say her name. But more than one ex-missus.
I would understand that.
You can get her when you look like this.
Hey, when are you heading off to overseas there, Pete?
Ah, yes. Well, fairly soon, because I've got my air tickets.
No, that looks like the cover or something.
Yeah, no, I've got tickets in here, all paid for, all ready to go.
Awesome.
So I've got 5 weeks overseas coming up in the 31st of July till I think about the 2nd of September. Flying to Thailand, and also after 10 days in Thailand, whipping over to Cambodia and Phnom Penh for a week, and then back to my hammock in Thailand on a nice tropical island for the rest of the time.
It's cool. It's funny. What it's cheaper to fly to Thailand than it is to WA.
Well, I'll tell you what, Qantas, a direct flight from Sydney to Bangkok, only $850 return.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than I can remember getting before the, a couple of years ago. And but I'll tell you what has gone up, travel insurance. Travel insurance is almost the cost of the airfare. So they wanted $750 for the insurance because you need all this COVID cover crap. But there are ways around that too. So there is, I've managed to knock that down using another travel agent that just has what's required for about $150 for that time. Just if a little suggestion, if you plan going overseas, particularly from Australia, those PCR tests that you need to jump on a plane here, they're only good for domestic flights, all right? The free ones, free PCR tests you can get. If you want to go overseas, they don't accept those ones. You've got to pay $150 for your PCR, international PCR test, which is exactly the same thing.
Wow. And you're coming to Queensland, aren't you, Hibbo?
Yeah, I'm Brisbane on the 17th or 18th of May.
Wow.
So, because I'm going for my niece's wedding, there's going to be alcohol. So, I haven't been drinking for coming up to 5 months, nearly 6 months. Well, since the 29th of December. So,
well, you did well while it lasted.
yeah, oh no, I've done all right. So my piss fitness is right down. And because my nephew's going to be there, who's just graduated from the Air Force, his fitness.
You said you hadn't been drinking since when?
Since 29th of December.
No.
But his piss fitness is right up here. Right? My piss fitness used to be right up here. So I've got to at least be here in my piss fitness so I can challenge him.
You might have to explain what piss fitness is to the
piss fitness.
non-Australians.
Piss fitness for non-Australians is not how long you can urinate for or anything like that. It is how much you can drink. So beer, wine, spirits, whatever.
Before you're legless.
Before you fall over or before you get cut off. So being ex-Navy and ex-police, massive drinking cultures. So you learn to drink pretty well.
There's a certain requirement there.
It is pretty much a requirement, especially
a standard. There's a standard to be met.
Actually, in the recruiting centre in the Navy, if you can't drink 6 beers very quickly and still run 500 metres, you won't get in. There's no chance.
Well, I don't know I can't remember when you were saying you were in, but when I went in, when we got to Cerberus, I think it was after the second night, you got beer rations every night.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah, we got beer ration. 2 cans.
We
so it sounds like you're gonna have an early night over there, aren't you? You're not going to be up late. You're going to have like 4 or 5 beers and that's it.
I'll be shit faced, mate, after 2. Yeah. But no, I won't be, because in 2 weeks' time, it's not on my to-do list. I've got nothing on my to-do list at the moment.
Yeah, train for it.
On the 7th, which is a Saturday of May, it says on that piss fitness training starts.
I think you started before, yeah. He's just got labels.
I will be consuming an alcoholic beverage whilst we converse on the world of YouTube. So I apologise now if I start getting punchy with anyone.
When are you heading back? How long are you down for? Well, cross for?
Don't know. I don't book tickets until the last minute, and I don't think it'll be long.
Have you got your visa?
Mum's dog.
Did you get your visa? You are travelling international.
Well, no, they've actually let me do it without a visa. But this
I'll
will
be on the
beers-
runway holding up a sign.
This will be one of the beers I'll be consuming.
Okay.
Monsuda Okinawa Supreme. It's a 5% alcohol. Mark, this is a good one.
Wow.
Aussie Frenchman. And I haven't tried it because that's a new one, but I'll be back. I just want to show Mark this beer.
Will he be back?
I will be.
Wow, he's got it in his bedroom. This is the problem.
Okay, it's where children should turn off.
Yeah. Where's Big Dog when you need him?
Here you go, Mark. This is Asahi, 500 ml. It's 5%. This is actually brewed in Japan, so this is good quality, not like the Asahi you get in Australia, which is, in the Stubbies, which is brewed in Australia. So pretty much any beer that you get in a can in Australia that's international is brewed in that country where it comes from. Just a bit of a hint for people who like beer.
Cool.
And for the healthy people out there, water. Good stuff.
Out of plastic.
Cleverly disguised as water.
Actually,
Water cleverly disguised as water.
Yeah.
I just filled it up from the tap, so it's not really,
Wow.
I've recycled the bottle, see?
Yeah, I take my bottles and stuff to the recycling place. I get 10 cents per bottle.
Oh,
So
do you
far
go
this
to
year,
the
I've
bins and
got
collect?
$2.70.
Yeah.
That includes cans, like Coke cans and stuff.
Outside our block of units here, the bins there, on a Sunday morning, there's this woman down there with plastic bags. She goes through them all and collects all that.
Oh, good on her. My nanny used to do that.
Must make a fortune.
My grandfather, with his beer cans, he was always KB Gold. And two is old, two is new. I'd rock up and he'd have all these just out near the water tank. There'd be just bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of these aluminium cans. And that was like my pocket money was to go out, crush all these cans, throw them in, and we go off to the scout center and we change them. I don't know.
Collect them all, yeah.
Yeah, collect them all. That was great. Like, yeah. But then I still remember one guy was throwing in a few steel cans back then, and somebody was filling them up with sand or like, but no, it was good. So, but you remember back $2 was a good lot of coin back then. If you got that $2 or $3, it was like
Yeah, not worth shit now.
you were rolling. Yeah. And my daughter just informed me that Sunny Boys are back. The Sunny Boy Ice Block. They don't have them in WA.
Oh, right, I thought you were talking about the band.
We didn't have them in Sunny Boys.
The triangle things. Yeah.
Triangle
we
ice
had
block.
freezers. Oh, no, we had those in Darwin.
Yeah.
Those in Darwin, not Perth.
Yeah, well, they stopped making them in the late 90s, but they started making them early 60s.
No, we had ones called freezers. And they were raspberry and cola. That was really dumb.
But yeah, I showed her the packaging of when I was a kid versus how they got packaged in the 90s, and it was like we had like this faded orange with a bit of green, and the new ones are all lit up like bloody Christmas.
Do you remember the old cans used to get the old soft drink cans? Because I remember when I first moved to Darwin back in 83, I think it was, 82, 83. I was staying at a place called the Capricornia Motel, and there was that was owned by two old Australian people, like husband and wife, and they used to give me a free soft drink every day. And they had plantation pine, which was a Queensland drink, but it had on the top, it had one little hole and one big hole. So you press a little hole and then you press a big hole, and that was how you drink it.
Yeah.
Big hole.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. I'd never seen them in Perth before until I never saw them until I moved there. And Mallow Yellow, the first time I ever had Mallow Yellow was in Darwin. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we had Tab. I mean, Tab was huge in Perth when I was growing up.
Yeah, who was it? Was it
That
Peter
was
Derrick?
Al McPherson.
Yeah.
Tab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Al. Peter's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of 7-Up actually.
Oh, 7. I still love that.
I used to have the spiky hair like the kid on the 7-Up can.
Wow.
No, I miss a lot of stuff like that. So when I was drinking like alcohol, it sounds like I was an alcoholic. I wasn't an alcoholic, so I shouldn't say that. But I'd sit there and I'd reminisce, and I'd get onto YouTube and I'd go to all the 80s Australian TV commercials. And you just look at them and go, wow, I remember that. And you things like Pollywaffles and
Lolly gobble bliss bombs.
yeah, no, they still got them.
Yeah, but go
Flip
back.
poles and all these different ice creams and
Have a heart.
Wagon
Yeah.
wheels.
yeah, good sized wagon wheels.
Redskins and choo-choo bars.
Redskins. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like when I'm watching Flying Doctors. It just brings back all these memories, and they've got cigarette advertising in the shop there. And it's like Winfield, anyhow, have a Winfield.
Yeah.
And it's just like shit.
Marlboro man.
Uh,
The Marlboro man.
yeah. I used to hate Marlboro. The only time I used to smoke them was when I was in Bali or overseas, and that's what you could get. But
Cheaper.
yeah, our cigarette prices here in Australia are ridiculous. That's why
They
that's
are. They are.
yeah, and even our alcohol prices. Apart from the UAE, we're the highest tax country in the world for alcohol. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the
probably.
government's onward because we probably consume the most
Well,
in the world too.
Bob Hawke, the biggest drinking Prime Minister Australia's ever had, put into legislation that excise on alcohol would go up every year. Like twice a year it would be. But now they've broken up into beer and spirits and wine. So beer and spirits 1 week or 6 months and wine the next 6 months. So, and then they brought in the alco pop tax. So
What's an alco pop?
alco pop's like your vodka cruisers and
Yeah,
the stuff that's
Summer wine.
targeted at young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. I might drink once a year.
Yeah, I like a beer.
Oh no, just was Navy days and 25, 26, but never was. You had your big benders or whatever, but I could never drink every day, I just don't. I mean, I'd give me a coffee any day of the week or any time of the day.
I was a bit of a binge drinker, and I've been on a 6-year binge.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking we should wrap this up, boys. I think we've been going for a bit. I don't know how long we've been going. I couldn't tell you.
Close
No,
to it.
But hey, guys, always good. Love this. This is like the highlight of my week. Catching up with you idiots. And I say I'll give you a hoy next week from the expo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, can't wait to catch up, boys.
The only thing is now it's 7 o'clock and I've got to cook myself dinner.
It's not 7 o'clock, is it?
Yeah. It's
Not
9 o'clock
4
here.
minutes to 7.
Oh, it's 8:56 here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
4 minutes to 7 here.
Bedtime here.
Yeah, well, you
Oh,
get up
yeah.
at stupid
Wow,
clock.
that's way past your bedtime, Pete.
I know it is. But,
Whoa.
you know, I'll just have to sleep in a bit tomorrow till 4:30.
Right, boys. Love yous each. It's all good and catch you later.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.